All right, we're good. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of That's All Kayfabe, where we talk about wrestling and other stuff. Here with me is my buddy Gabe. How you doing, Gabe?
I'm doing good, man. I'm just pretending to write stuff down so it looks like I'm looking busy.
That's what I do for work.
Oh yeah, me too. It's like I just spray shit everywhere. It's like I don't clean anything. It's great.
I didn't I didn't tell you this earlier, but like my work is very DEI uh heavy. Where like they gave us trainings on sensitivity and all that bullshit, right?
Yeah.
And we were doing like a skill evaluation test, and the trainer was like, "Okay, take finish your test, and when you're done, raise your digital hand, like because it's a Zoom meeting."
Yeah.
And so I finished mine like real quick, and um, I raised my hand, and she was like, "Did you have a question?" I was like, "No, I just finished. I had finished it real quick. It's like
hmm
10 questions." And one of the fucking other like ladies that was or a lady that was like training with us, like a student.
hmm
She's like over 40 years old, 50 years old. She's like, "Damn, we got Speedy Gonzalez over here." And
Oh man.
I was all like, "What?" Like, "Oh, thanks, Aunt Jemima." Like, what do you like? What should I be saying? Like.
uh, no hablo. ¿Qué? Seguro que sí.
I mean, I like Speedy Gonzalez. He's like an icon to us Mexicans. But I was just like, why the fuck did we even take any of these trainings?
I know it's like it's like I'm sensitive about this shit. Like what the fuck? I'm offended. Man, dude. Like that's fucking funny,
I
dude.
was like,
Holy
what?
shit. Nah, they do the same shit in my job, but it's like you do it independently. Like you go to the computer and like do your standards and procedures, like SOPs and
Hmm.
shit.
Hmm.
So it was like the company code of conduct, whatever. They were talking about like sexual harassment and shit. And then like when I'm done, I went over to my friend Juan and I tell him, "Hey, bro, they had a whole section about you on that SOP, bro. It was about sexual harassment." And like everyone started laughing, and then later on, my coordinator, his name's David. Um, he's like, "Hey, Gabriel, can you come here real quick?" And then I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" And then like he took me to the office. He goes, he's all, yeah, just be careful with what you say. And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's all, "Someone over there got offended like by what you
Oh
said." Yeah,
Lord,
exactly. I worked with a bunch of
yeah.
old bitches too. And they're like, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And then he was like, "But honestly, bro," he's like, "That was the funniest fucking shit I've heard in a long time." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So I'm not sure. He's like, "Yeah, but you know how everyone else is." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I know." Like everyone's just like so fucking sensitive. Like you know what I mean? It's like I can't even fucking
Yeah.
joke around. It's crazy.
Oh man, dude, the new world order. Nah, the world we live in now, it's so fucking weird. It's
Uh-huh.
so sensitive.
Like I'm all. It's like it's stupid to say, but like all my guy friends, like I gay with them, whatever. And so, like, I get in trouble for it. But it's like, I'm not talking about the women. I'm talking about my guy friends. And, like, they're going along with it, too. Like, my homie, Billy, I always tell, like, hey, Billy, be careful. You're dragging on the floor. You need to be careful. That's a safety hazard. And then he's like, oh, thanks, bro. Like, I look at it. He's just, like, laughing. And then they tell me, yeah, man, you need to be careful with what you say. I was like, man, I wasn't, I'm just directing that at Billy. But it's like, I get it. Like, I shouldn't be making dick jokes or anything, but it's not like I'm saying like racist or like misogynistic shit, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, no, I hear you. And then to me, like, it's I think there's a balance between how, like you said, how that guy was like, dude, that was really funny. Like, there's a balance between how it might be insensitive or racist, but then it
hmm
might be really funny. So there's just like this balance that you gotta, like, you're not just saying like the N word or this or
Oh
that.
my god.
You're,
Yeah,
oh man,
like okay, like before I start the story, I'm just saying this as a story, like what I experienced. This is not toward like any. This isn't like my view. This is from somebody else's perspective. And, like I remember, I started working there, right? and they had this old fucking dude. And if Giselle's listening, she knows who I'm talking about. This old guy, his name's we'll call him John, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's all like an old white man losing all his teeth, smoker, and like just rambles on about like politics and shit. And I got hired on in the summer, and like our first day, like the next holiday was gonna be Juneteenth, right? Because they made that a
Oh
national
Lord.
holiday.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So so that he goes, yeah, man. Again, this isn't me,
Mhm.
but he's just there, like, yeah, man. The next day's off Juneteenth. He's all, man, what's up with black people, man? And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? What's up with black people? He's all, don't get me wrong, man. He's all, I love the NBA, I love NFL, but man, and then I'm just like, okay, and like I walk off, right?
Yeah.
And legit, I go and I tell my supervisor. I don't go to my homie David because he wasn't in that position at the time. Like my supervisor at the time, some other guy. And he goes, "Oh yeah, man, that's just how John is." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like I could tell how beautiful my friends are, but and I get in trouble for that. But then someone could be like blatantly racist, and you're just like, "Oh, that John." It's
I'm
like
telling you,
there
man.
he goes again.
Hiroshima. No, I don't know. It's yeah, some of these that's the whole point of being grandfathered in, I guess. People
I
could just
guess so, man.
yeah, that's the whole point of that concept, but
So
still
nepotism is real.
sometimes it's funny though. Sometimes it's funny.
Oh, dude,
The
I was just like thrown for a loop because it's my first time there. I was just like, I don't know if I should be like this sensitive guy, but it's like I don't think that's cool, you know? I, yeah, man, it was so wild. One of the craziest shit I ever heard in my life.
uh speaking of crazy, and I don't know if this is crazy. We're just gonna segue into wrestling here. What do I got here? Let's see. Miro has requested his release from AEW
Oh
via
my god,
Factory
that's so
Select.
crazy! It's like you planned that transition.
That's how it was written in the script. And no, what do you think of Miro requesting his release?
I've been seeing a lot of tweets online because obviously I love Miro, I love Rusev, I love Rusev
Mhm.
Day. Like that was fantastic. I know this kills Richard because this is his second favorite wrestler, right behind Ric Flair. Um, a lot of people are just assuming like, oh, maybe Miro's the problem because like if he's gonna be hard headed WWE, maybe he's hard headed in AEW, and that's the thing about having um how do you say? That's the thing about having wrestlers with a monster persona because it gets to their fucking head that they're the
Mhm.
best. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's like even that, it's like I still love seeing Miro. I think Miro's fucking badass, and it's like he's one of the many wrestlers that are just being underutilized, you know.
Hmm.
And I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong, but like this is the one in recent memory where it's like a wrestler in AEW under current contract that they're requesting their release from the company.
I don't know. I feel like someone else might have, but then they like changed their mind. But I can't recall. Like,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? Uh, Here's a little bit more context to this news. There was some consideration internally to use Miro in the AEW All In Casino Gauntlet, and he had pitched working with John Moxley earlier this year. Miro and AEW weren't able to get on the same page creatively, something that became a common occurrence for the two sides in recent years. Um, I'm trying to think. I feel like another, but like not as popular. You know what I mean? As like a Miro that maybe had asked for their release.
Hmm.
Um, but I cannot recall. Not anyone is like, I don't know. Miro, like, of course he's not being like you said, he's being super underutilized. And he's great. He reminds me of like Wardlow, Powerhouse Hobbs. These like big men, big meaty men that can fucking be doing shit
Hmm.
easily and be over, but for whatever reason, well, we know why. Tony Khan just wants to like push his buddies or whoever else, you know.
Hmm. Yeah. You speak of Powerhouse Hobbs. I think that was actually his last match, like versus Powerhouse Hobbs, in one of the pay per views like last year.
Hmm.
Yes, it was because they had all. Which is the one they had at Wembley? All in, right? All in.
Yeah,
Yes. And
yeah.
then like a week later, it was all out. And I think I remember I was like, I ain't gonna buy this pay per view because I already bought all in. I already spent fucking $50. And I'm watching it on my iPad, and they had Miro versus Powerhouse Hobbs, and dude, that crowd was fucking hot for it. Like
Dude.
two big beefy men bumping meat, like what Biggie says. But it's like not only Miro, it's like you have such a talented roster of big beefy guys. It's like I hate doing the comparison, but it's like I fucking love what they're doing with Bronson Reed over in WWE right now, man. Just him and
Mm.
Braun Strowman just beating the fucking shit out of each other, just causing mayhem. Like that's badass, and it's like you could totally do that. Like just have it done here. Like gives a fuck if it's a copy of what WWE's doing? It's like that's just what people love to see.
Well, and you have so much time. Like you have the Wednesday show, the Friday show, the Saturday show,
Hmm.
and then you have fucking pay-per-views with 0 hours that are 2 hours with however many matches, and then the pay-per-views are like 6 hours long. Like you're telling me you can't find anything for Miro to do that he like wants to do and you are down to do it, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like how are you so on different wavelengths of creativeness when Tony Khan seems to like be down to do anything the fucking wrestlers like ask him like, "Hey, I want to do this." All right, let's do it, you know?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, let's figure something out. Instead of being like, no, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
That's
It's
great. That's
it's
great.
it's great. It's great. Everyone's doing great. Attendance.
Great.
All in. Wembley. WB. 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 Um. Yeah, man. It's a shame. I read another tweet. I know it's bad comparing tweets, but it like sticks with me because sometimes it makes me wince, and I was like, I want to bring it up. But the one tweet I saw where it's like I kind of agree with it. Well, I feel like it's kind of obvious that Tony Khan's just pushing like the smaller frame guys that like look not like look like him, but have like the same frame or same size as him. You
Hmm.
know,
Yeah.
like from what I heard, Tony Khan's like pretty jacked. Like he has some pretty big arms, from what I've heard.
Really? Really?
Hmm.
Huh.
I think I want to say it was either Brian Danielson or MJF. I might be wrong. It was one of them two that said under that coat, like he has some good arms. But it's like even then, like he looks like he has like a tiny frame, and you could tell like a lot of the wrestlers. I mean, the Young Bucks, the Orange Cassidy, Daniel Garcia. I mean, no shame. I'm not shitting on Daniel Garcia at all. I fucking love Daniel
Yeah.
Garcia,
Oh
but
yeah,
it's
he's
like
great.
just like frame wise. And it's like throw some big men in there, like they just let them beat the shit out of each other. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's good to have variety, but it's like don't get me wrong. It's I love like not spot fest, but like Will Ospreay matches, like how it's like sometimes flippy, overselling. Most sometimes I like that, but it's good to have variety where it's just like people beating the fuck out of each other, just plummeting each other.
Fuck yeah. No,
Hmm.
I and especially people as like these aren't like Kill Switch or what's his name, Luchasaurus,
Hmm.
who's a big
Yeah.
man, but he's just like a lackey or whatever. He's just going around. Like you have these guys that can legitimately be stars that have proven that they can get over, but for whatever reason, are chosen not to be put over, even though they could like naturally probably do it. You know?
Mhm. Yeah, and it's like you could totally make them champions because I think the only men I've seen that have been champion in AEW that are like bigger frame size is Samoa Joe and Chris Jericho.
A heavyweight, make a heavyweight belt you
But
over so many pounds. Make another belt
yeah, actual heavyweight, bantamweight. Just make it like UFC. You got like 20 belts anyway. It's okay.
for real. Make a big meaty belt.
If hell yeah, dude, that'd be badass. Um, if they do grant his release, do you want to see him back in WWE, or do you think he could like go to like New Japan or TNA? What do you think?
I feel like anywhere he goes, he's gonna be underutilized. I hate to say that. It sounds like he's like cursed, you know, with that fucking shit. Because
Hmm.
I mean, he looks great. I like when I do see him on TV, but I don't know. He just like doesn't really have like compared to other big men. He kind of falls in the shuffle like if you were to have him with like a lineup of big men, I feel
Hmm.
like he still would be like a mid or low tier compared to like other big men, like you said, Bronson Reed, even like Wardlow, Powerhouse Hobbs. I don't know. Like I don't mean to say that, but like I like Miro, but I don't see him like doing as much anywhere else. I'd love to see him in WWE and see what they do with him, but
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe what is it? Fucking TNA.
That's what I was thinking too. I was thinking TNA, where because I mean he could go back to WWE. It's like whoever picks him up, But WWE already has like such a stacked roster. Like
Hmm.
it's like it's just another fear. Like same thing with AEW. You don't want him to get lost in the mix.
Hmm.
But like the more I think about it, like TNA has a lot of big frame guys. Like they got Moose, they got
Hmm.
AJ Francis, they got Josh Alexander, even Eddie Edwards. Like he looks kind of like average frame, but he's a pretty like hefty, like big size guy. And a lot of them, like they're all athletic in their own way, you know. And I feel like he could go over there and like be successful there. Not given like a championship right away, Maybe like Nick Nemeth, he's there for a few months and then finally becomes TNA champion. Or maybe like one of the mid Carter belts there that he could try to go for. That'd be kind of cool to see him there.
Well, look at how the Hardys, and I don't even know if they asked for their release or if they were just their contract ended. But look at the Hardys; they're in TNA, and their careers like kind of getting this boost now for that AEW like couldn't do for some reason.
Hmm. Yeah, man. It's people are still hot for the Hardys, man.
Yeah,
But not
yeah.
only that, it's like TNA has like a dedicated fan base, and I experienced that live. Like obviously like the Joe Hendry stuff, but people were chanting like Moose. They were rooting for Nick Nemeth. They were saying "fuck the system," and like it was a lot of like heavy chants that was going out through the whole arena. You know,
Hmm. Hmm.
and it's like maybe he could have like a career resurgence there. I mean, Matt Hardy had it when he was doing his broken stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm. But nothing but the best to him, man. Hopefully, he's able to come to terms on something because I just miss seeing Miro. Me personally.
No, yeah, I wish him the best. Like I really do want him to like wherever he goes be utilized better, than
Hmm.
how he's been in AEW.
Yeah, agree.
Speaking of AEW Collision, last night, and this was on September 15th, so I guess the 14th, AEW Collision on the 14th set a new record for the lowest attended show in AEW history with over 90% of the arena empty. This tweet says, I ain't trying to hate it all, man, but this is beyond bad. Forget the hard cam side. They aren't even selling out the main side now. What do you think about this?
Golly, dude, that looks crazy. And it's like they should do it in smaller arenas, man. They don't need to sell out like college basketball arenas or anything. Like I'm pretty sure they got like smaller, not like super small venues, like hundreds or something. But like the venue I was at, that Boeing Techport Arena, it holds up to like 2,000 plus, and it's like even if you condense your set down, you didn't need anything fucking crazy over the top. You could totally sell that out and still make a good margin. Like
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure TNA is like $1 million company anyway, and they could totally sell that out. But it's like this like looks crazy. Golly, dude.
I don't know what it is. It's if it's like them oversaturating or them just like I don't know, like just not knowing. Yeah, it was it delusions of grandeur, and I don't know what do they think that they can like fill it up and then it doesn't, but it keeps happening like often. It's not like this was a like a once in a fucking blue moon thing, you know? Like
Hmm.
it feels like it's been happening often where the crowds are an issue in filling up even just the hard cam side and all that. So I mean, I don't know what the if Tony Khan's getting some sort of deal that he can book these places that are huge at lower prices for the same
Hmm.
as that. But of course, like you just went to the TNA show and having like a sold out crowd, even though it's like what 2,000 people
Hmm.
or
Yeah.
whatever, it's more intimate and you know, like it feels cooler. Like it's like,
Oh
man, this
yeah,
crowd's
man.
pumped. You know what I mean? They want to be here. You know?
Hmm. Yeah. I seen AEW twice in Austin. The first time I went to Austin to go see them, it was at the HEB Center, and it's kind of like a small arena like this, like not a bad seat in the house,
Hmm.
and it was pretty much sold out. But like at the time, they had like CM Punk, whatever the stuff, like he was there, and it's like they could do no wrong, and it's like I had a great time at that show. And then the next time I went, they had it at the Moody Center. The Moody Center, it's an
Austin?
arena. Yeah, also in Austin as well.
Yeah.
That's like more in like by like UT Austin, like UT, like in the downtown college campus area. And it's a nice arena. They have a bunch of nice stuff in there. Excuse me. But it wasn't like same thing. Like half of it was sold out. Like maybe like the not the hard camp side, like that was almost empty, but maybe from like the corner, like right in the middle in the corner, and then where it comes around, like almost all of that was starting to like fill up. It wasn't sold out because I know there was a bunch of seats behind me that weren't sold out either.
Hmm.
But it's like it was still a fun show, but I had more fun at the first show because it was sold out and you
Yeah.
know the
Yeah.
crowd was like super hot. And it's like you could totally have a smaller venue and like if it's sold out, it's like you're gonna have like your dedicated fan base there to it's gonna be a good time. Like it's like but I feel like I wouldn't be able to really enjoy myself here because I'm just gonna be focused on how empty it is.
Yeah, no, it's just too obvious to not notice or to ignore. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
'Cause you can
Mm-hmm.
notice, like you said, like, oh, there's a few empty seats behind me. Okay, but whatever, it won't. I can whatever, right? But like
Mm-hmm.
this is like, what the fuck? Like, is something wrong? Why is there no one here? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, man, it's upsetting. And it's like, man, at this point it's like, why did I pay for this seat? I could just scoot up. Like tell everyone to scoot up, you know?
yeah,
Might as well, because we ain't gonna sell that shit out. And like I see on Twitter as well that people are like complaining about how every week someone complains about the attendance record. They're like, we get it, like it's a low attendance record. But it's like, dude, it's like just every week. Like, how can you not point it out, you know?
yeah, yeah. No, it's I don't know. It's almost like there's a point where it's gonna be so often that they're gonna be like, "See, look at this attendance record. We almost filled it this much," and it's like that's what you should be doing. Like
Yes, I know.
the bar set so low. Now they're just happy with like, "Oh, look, we completely filled this arena." It's like as you should be doing. What
Hmm.
are you talking about?
Dude,
You know?
honestly, I feel like it's. I feel like a factor of this has to be the fact I don't think there's really long term booking. You know what I mean? I feel like it's very week to week as far as like, oh, what's next for this one? Because obviously, like the matches are thrown together with no progress, like for the future. Especially with their pay per views, it's like, yeah, you have like Swerve and Swerve and Hangman like facing each other, but you also have like I don't know, like the Fatal Four Way between Kazuchika Okada, Orange Cassidy, um, what's Mark Briscoe, right? Mark, it's Mark
Yeah.
and Takeshita, you know. But it's like, okay, like where's the story here? Like it sounds like a badass match, but it's like, why should I care? Like, am I only caring because like all of them are like really great performers, or like is it because the story is like actually like rooting me in? I don't know. Maybe it's just me being used to like the entertainment aspect of it for like the majority of my life. But that's how wrestling should be. Like it has to be something that gets you invested.
No, yeah, definitely. Like, and there's, I don't know, it's kind of weird, and the whole thing of like when someone goes through like a hardcore match or a regular match and gets injured, and then the next week they're fine. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, okay, so this is just throwing me out of the fucking kayfabe aspect of it. And are you asking me to like disbelief or to just not care and go along with your flow of booking? You know what I mean? Like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know.
It's upsetting. It's so much is. It really is.
Yeah, because you're right. Like there are some good, like you said, Swerve and Hangman, and I'm starting to like not that I didn't like Will Osprey, but like he's kind of like, yeah, throw him in a random match, and that's
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's like, okay, he'll put on a good match, and I'll not care that it's just with some random dude. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like make me care. It's like at least Will Osprey, like he's energetic and he makes it sound like he gives a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's got to try like 100. Well, he's got to be at 120% like
Mm-hmm.
energy and shit for me to be like, okay, I'll watch that. But like WWE shown that you could literally just have like people come out and talk, still be injured or whatever, but still be over,
Mm-hmm.
without even like wrestling, or having to go through all that, or thumbtacks or this and that, because there's
Yeah.
story to it.
Mm-hmm. It's they have to do something, man. It's like you said, they can utilize um people if they're injured, or make me care. That's all I want. It's like make me
Yeah.
care. That's all. That's
Yeah,
I'm
make
just
everyone care.
I know, man. Just pay off Dave Meltzer. Give you all 5 stars. I mean, that's what you're doing, but it's still probably ain't helping.
Just book every show in the Tokyo Dome. Don't even fucking do any shows here or in Canada.
Honestly, do it. Do it in just move to Japan. Buy out New Japan. You got the money for it.
Move it from where the Jaguars play. Move
Oh,
that Jaguars.
what was it called? Like the Daily Palace or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Daly's place.
Yeah, Daily's Place. There you go.
Move the Jaguars to the Tokyo Dome. There you go. You got it.
just buy the NFL. It's okay.
Next year on the news, this has to do with Megan Thee Stallion, which is a rapper, right? I believe.
Yes, sir. That's my
Not an
mom.
actual
That's my
horse. Yeah.
mommy right there.
At one point, there were expectations that Megan Thee Stallion would partner with Mercedes Moné in AEW. Them meeting in February earlier this year at the Crunchyroll Anime Awards in Japan opened up negotiations between Megan's manager Mike B of Rock Nation and Monet's manager Kevin Undergaro. After the two sides had agreed to do something together, Monet publicly mentioned the idea while promoting AEW All in London, noting that she was hoping to get Stallion in the ring in AEW. There had been conversations about the two doing something together in WWE in 2021. Quote, after Monet went public, WWE made the deal to have Megan's song Never Play for SmackDown, which, as you might imagine, caught the Monet circle by surprise. Whether this means the end of any potential Monet Stallion alliance remains to be seen, but obviously the WWE deal didn't help. Via PW Insider, what do you think about WWE and Mercedes Monet and the Megan the Stallion sort of three-way fucking battle?
I don't think I don't think Megan Thee Stallion backed out because of WWE. I think she backed out because she saw the low attendance record.
Maybe she's like, is that how it's supposed to be? Like,
Right.
no one there.
Oh my god, dude, she's so fine, man. God damn it.
She looks
I'm
good
s-
here. I don't know
Ah,
why.
dude.
I feel like I've seen other pictures of her,
Mhm.
and I didn't like the way she looked. And I don't know if that's. I'm not trying to be racist, but I just don't have a preference for African women. Let me just say that.
No, no,
Like
I
yeah,
understand.
I don't mean that in a racist way. Like I prefer, you know, my own race or Asians.
Mhm.
I'm not much of a chocolate dude when it comes to women, but she does look pretty here.
Nah, dude, she's dressed up as one of my favorite anime characters from my favorite anime. Oh my god.
Is she actually dressed up as an anime character here?
Yeah, yeah. From JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the character's name is Bruno Bucciarati. And but she made it hotter. But it's like, god damn, dude.
I thought she was just dressed up as a female.
Oh, dude, no. Let me tell you, man. It's 71 degrees in my house, dude. But I feel like it's a crisp 92 with her being on the picture, man. God damn. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, wrestling. My bad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, that would have been interesting to see her in the ring. I never thought that Megan Thee Stallion would be considered like a wrestling fan in the first place because I know she's a huge anime fan, like her and Mercedes Monet. I was gonna say Sasha Banks, but
Same
maybe
thing.
the her song being bought by WWE, maybe that was also like the straw that broke the camel's back, but it has to be something where like her manager realized something was fishy, or not fishy like in a bad way, but thinking like, I don't know if this will be good like for your publicity or like if she would gain anything from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It might actually like hurt her. I don't know. Like it's crazy to say that like a promotion, being paid and then going to get that free publicity might hurt you, but it's shown like even like with Domino's Pizza or with the AEW Fight Forever video game that like even heavy promotions on their show like doesn't lead to fucking very much exposure, if not just hatred from like the tribal fans.
Yeah, dude. It's so man, and plus too, like wrestling fans are just weird. It's like I think it's something about like being nostalgic and also being stuck in the circle of wrestling that makes wrestling fans like so fucking cringe
Hmm.
because I like her song. I think what was it called? Never play. I think it's on top.
Yeah, never play.
Yeah, never play that. It's a new song for SmackDown, like the new opening song for SmackDown, and it's good. I like the song. I like her music, and I'm cool with it because I'm a huge hip hop fan. But it's like everyone's like, "Oh man, they need to bring back new metal. Remember when it used to be rock, whatever, blah blah blah." I'm like, my guy, you talk about how good Big Time by Peter Gabriel was. It's like that wasn't rock music. That was I don't know, like just 80s music. I don't know what type of genre it is, but it's also too. It's like, oh man, like it's not the same. Whatever, blah blah blah, all this other shit. But it's like, dude, times are changing, and it's like hip hop's been it's been a good medium for the wrestling community. Like obviously, like you have the shit with Metro Boomin, like promoting Bad Blood. You have Bad Bunny, like his music being performed there. And two, it's NXT has rock music still being sponsors of their song. It's like, but now we're just like picking and choosing like what we want to complain about. It's very cringe.
Well, even NXT had Sexy Red. Not that that was like really whatever, but
Hmm.
it's like you just said, Bad Bunny, Sexy Red, Jelly Roll. Like I could see Megan the Stallion's manager being like, "Hey, WWE like is better at promoting these things. I mean,
Oh, dude,
look at
yeah.
all these artists and look at what they went on to, like Bad Bunny whenever he went on tour afterwards and like was selling out like crazy, or the Exposure Jelly Roll, Gabe and got, or even Sexy Red, which I mean I didn't really like that, but you know
Hmm.
it's that's like the least what like the least successful of all of them. I'm pretty sure that was still pretty damn like successful of a crossover, you know.
Oh no, absolutely. Like even with Sexy Red, like news outlets were still talking about that.
Hmm,
Like not
hmm.
including the fight she got in at the airport, but the fact that she was like part of like the wrestling community, you know?
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
And it's like, dude, I still think about Jelly Roll doing that, like one of the best choke slams I've ever seen in my life. You know, like that shit was crazy. It's like even if you don't perform, it's like you're. I feel like with WWE, you're gonna get some good exposure. Now, like, let me ask you this: do you remember that Shaq was in a match on AEW?
I do. I do
Okay,
remember, even though it was so long ago, and it was just. Do you remember Snoop Dogg was in a match
yes, I do. He gave one
when
of the
he?
worst splashes I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. I'm trying to think. Were those the only two? Like, I guess musicians that were on AEW. There had to have been someone else. Like, I don't count Stephen Amell
Oh,
because
so you don't call Fozzy?
I'm sorry, I have acid reflux every time you said fall. The
I'm the
uh,
learning tree.
hi guys.
Trademarked.
Trademark hi guys. Okay, but I think
Oh,
Snoop
Action Bronson, because he was the theme song for Hook.
for Hook, and you also reminded me Rick Ross. You remember Rick Ross?
Yeah,
Remember
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he called Keith Lee a big motherfucker.
Man, Keith Lee too. That's one of the people like we were talking about earlier,
Oh, dude, I
underutilized, and
know,
just
man.
that's a shame. Like Keith Lee's a shame.
I miss Keith Lee every
Yeah,
fucking day. But back to this, it's like I would just love to see Megan Thee Stallion. Just that.
yeah. No, she could definitely be in the middle of what's his name? What are they? The EST and Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair. Dude, that'd be like
Snapper.
holy shit.
You're gonna make me fucking pass out, bro. Honestly.
Speaking of passing out or whatever weird things, here's a tweet from Rikishi Fatu saying, "Dear God, for strength and health to continue. Hashtag Jimmy Uso. Hashtag WWE. Hashtag Bloodline. Hashtag Anoa'i. Hashtag Fatu. Stay prayed for my boy. Hashtag Jonathan Fatu." And some people were like, "What does this have to do with what's going on? Is Jimmy okay?" Right?
Yeah, man, he just tweeted this without no context. And
Has Jimmy been gone?
yeah, he got taken out by Tamatonga
Okay, okay,
when
okay.
Tamatonga debuted because this had to have been sometime after WrestleMania because Roman Reigns took a break and he it was just left with Solo and Jimmy because Paul Heyman took off too. Or no, Paul Heyman was still around, but it was just Paul Heyman, Solo, and Jimmy, and then Tama Tonga debuted, and him and Solo beat the shit out of Jimmy. But this was like back in April, I think, and like they took him out, and he's been out ever since. But I
Hmm.
don't think it was because of injury or anything like that. I think legit it was because like he was just given the break, just like Roman Reigns.
Well, maybe Rikishi's just keeping kayfabe by tweeting something like this so he could stay relevant. You know what I mean?
That's what I was thinking too. I think uh had liked something where like people were saying, "Oh, like I talked to WWE," and like yeah, it turns out that he's fine. That Jimmy's fine.
Okay, well there we go. There's the news on that.
Oh man,
Rikishi's
yeah,
just being weird.
yeah. It's just him being weird. I'm looking it up, and there's no update to the tweet or anything. I mean, I hope Jimmy Uso's okay. I'm pretty sure he is okay now that he got another DUI. I don't know, but I feel like we would have known about it by
Oh
now.
yeah, that would have been like TMZ fucking news.
Oh
Easy.
yeah,
easily. I mean, unless it was like right as Diddy was going through all his shit, that would have overshadowed it. But
Damn, what
whatever.
if Diddy got Jimmy?
We'd see all these deleted tweets.
All this, oh man, along with the Usher.
Usher and Pink.
Oh, Pink too. Oh
Yeah,
no,
hmm
damn, that's
I know.
crazy.
And John Legend, I think too, probably.
I mean, I don't blame John Legend. He's married to Chrissy Teigen,
Oh,
so.
dude, she's a
Uh,
horrible, terrible piece of shit of a
oh
human
man, did
being.
she do bad shit?
Hmm?
Did she do bad shit? I just thought she was just fucking annoying.
She's like bullied a lot of people online. Like literally told them to like
Ooh,
KYS's, like in chat, like in private chats. She's a celebrity.
what the fuck, dude?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. And then like I think there was a point where she had like a miscarriage,
Hmm.
and she was like, "Oh, everyone, I need your support, da da da." But she's like made fun of like so many people that people were like, "We're not gonna support you. You're
You
always
know
like telling
what?
people."
I remember that. I forgot that was her. She's the one with the really big forehead, right?
Yeah, she's got a
Okay.
weird alien face to her.
Okay, okay. All right, well, let's just leave it at that. I can only talk about Chrissy Teigen so much before I get nauseous
Oh,
and pass out.
speaking of though, Samoans, because we were talking about Rikishi and Jimmy, I believe. Zilla Fatu just cleared all his booking dates, and here's all these eyeball emojis.
Hmm.
Um, so here's a tweet from Game Changer Wrestling GCW. Zilla Fatu will not be appearing on tonight's GCW event in Philadelphia or any GCW shows for the foreseeable future. We tried our best to avoid the situation, but we have reached an impasse. We wish him the best. Matt Tremont will now face Slade tonight at hashtag GCW Aura in Philly. What do you think about Zilla Fatu?
I don't know. There's so many of them, man. It's like they're popping out like a factory.
Well,
um,
look at this tweet here that I just saw earlier today, right? Or no,
mhm.
last night. It was from last night. Breaking: Zilla Fatu, member of the legendary WWE Anoa'i family and son of Umaga, is reportedly AEW bound via Fightful.
Oof. I good luck,
How much do you think they're paying, like the Samoans, dude? They're paying them in coconut cookies and shit.
dude. That'd be bad. Actually, no. I don't care too much for Samoas.
You don't? Nah, they're good.
Uh,
I mean, they're not my first go to, but they're good.
which one's your first go to?
Oh, peanut butter.
Hell yeah, the tagalongs. Those are
Oh,
fucking
fuck yeah.
sick.
Mhm.
Yeah. Next story. I'm just kidding. Um, man, yeah, they're popping out Samoans like a fucking factory, man. It's crazy. The factory line. It's like, dude, there's one thing, and it's like, oh, like they're all kids of. I'm surprised he's not a kid of Rikishi's because Rikishi has like 12 kids, right?
He keeps they keep appearing,
Yeah,
like
dude.
they're a spawner somewhere that you haven't fucking killed, and they just keep spawning.
Nah, but he looks a lot like Umaga, like just by his face. He really
Mhm.
does, and that's cool. He has like his dad's tattoo like on his chest. Um,
Yeah,
but I mean, good luck to him. Hopefully, it goes good for him. I thought it was gonna be something with like WWE where like they scooped him up. You know what I mean?
yeah. I could see AEW doing this though, just to like keep one less Samoan out of the WWE's hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. So now, hopefully, it goes good for him in AEW because we like to talk shit about it all the time. But I mean, they're gonna find success anyway because I feel like the whole Anoa'i family, like, they've all been successful in like some way.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm
Yes.
looking at him here, and he looks kind of just like a Samoan Miro. Why don't you just fucking use Miro? Jesus Christ,
Oh man, maybe because they wanted a Samoan, so they're replacing him with Miro.
I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna make their own bloodline there in AEW, but I don't know. We'll see what happens with. Do they have other Samoans in AEW? Do you know off the top of your head?
Samoa Joe.
Oh fuck! Did I? Okay, so they so they got a pair of Samoans there. There you go.
Dude, I was gonna make a joke and be like, "Oh yeah, Chris Jericho, Big Bill."
I'm the Samoan.
I'm the
I'm the
Samoan
family.
tree.
I'm the family tree.
I'm the Samoa cookie.
Trademark.
Oh
No,
my god.
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Samoa Joe, but they don't have like an army of them like fucking WWE. Just
Oh no,
doing
absolutely not. I'm trying to think. I don't. Now, unless someone else could probably, comment down below, but I can't think off of one off the top of my head.
no, just Samoa Joe. Unless they want to start there and build from that, you know.
Yeah, like maybe this could lead them into the right direction. I don't know how he is as a wrestler. Oops. Or a performer, how he talks or anything, but I mean, I just wish him the best of luck. I'm glad he got out of GCW, so that's a good start.
Hell yeah. No, and then I'm sure they're paying him good money, so hopefully he just finds success, you know.
Just watch the it's gonna get canceled because WWE is gonna buy out like Moana or something.
Yeah, trademark the race Samoan.
Yeah, the racist Samoan, like what Disney tried to do to Dia de
The
los
day,
Muertos.
yeah, the Day of the Dead. Just try to take a
Oh,
whole fucking uh family race or lineage and trademark it.
I know we gave you 10,000 boxes of Samoa cookies, and this is what you do to us.
That's a lot, dude, because they're like what, $8 a box, right?
Oh yeah, something
They're
like that.
expensive now. I remember when they used to be like $4 a box, and now they're a weird amount because I know I can't just give them a 5, and then if I give them a 10, I get change. So it's a weird amount now.
It's $6 or $8. I have a connection at work that he sells them to me, and I want to say they are $8. But then
I
again,
think
they
it's
sell them at
$8.
HEB too.
Yeah, no, they're good cookies. Samoans are
Oh
pretty good.
fuck, hell yeah!
You better. Uh, moving on here to WWE mid card championships are in the works for the women's division in WWE. Via at PWN reports. What do you think about mid card championships for the women's division?
I feel like it's needed, because like they have a huge women's roster, and it's probably good for them because they won't. There could be other storylines that go to the women's division other than the main women's championship or the tag team titles that they have.
Is there two? Is there the SmackDown and the Raw women's champions? Right?
Shit. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it?
Or is it unified? Because Liv Morgan's one of them, right?
Now, Liv Morgan's the WWE champion, and Nia Jax is the other one.
Uh, okay.
Um, let me look it up real quick. I can't think of women's tag champs.
And those are unified, right?
They had to be unified. Let
Yeah,
me
I don't
see.
think there's two sets of those.
Right now, oh, it's Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill.
Okay, they got him back. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, because I think it is only the one set of women's tag team championships.
I could see them making another set of tag champs too, especially if they're doing the Raw and SmackDown. Like,
Hmm.
might as well fucking AEW's got triple championships, got custom championships, got Texas Chainsaw Massacre championships.
They're fucking passing those belts out like soccer awards for like a little league game, man. Everyone gets a fucking trophy.
Dude. Oh yeah, and then the Owen Hart belts that just like
Go
every
on.
year.
Golly, man.
Mm. Yeah,
Uh,
but I think I wouldn't know what they're gonna call it. I mean, uh like an intercontinental championship for women or whatever, but
the Continental American.
the uh
Uh,
the make me a sandwich inner kitchen.
the dishwashing
Kitchen,
championship.
yeah, the
Um,
kitchen table championship.
I gotta stop, man. I was like, I can get, it's just gonna be 1 hour of us being fucked up. But no, it'll be good for their division. It's like right now it seems it's working well for NXT because they have their women's championship. I think they have a women's tag championship, and then they have the women's North American championship.
Oh, that's cool. All right.
Yeah, so it's good because they have a big roster too. It's like I don't like they could totally capitalize on that.
Hell yeah. No, I wonder. And then they're gonna go to what is it? Netflix. They could have the Netflix championship. I mean,
Oh,
shit.
please no! Like, no, please no.
They got the speed championship too, right? They just made a women's speed championship.
Yeah, but that's not canon though.
Yeah, I know that is
It's
its
like
own thing.
AEW tries to make everything canon. I'm just like, it's like Dragon Ball Z. It's like Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and then Dragon Ball Super. That's all canon, and no one talks about Dragon Ball GT. We don't talk about Dragon Ball GT.
Well, that settles that. No, speaking of WWE, here's some news here. Per WrestleVotes Radio, WWE Raw will go back to 3 hours in January. Yeah, there's that. And then after Raw moves over to Netflix in January, US Network will give SmackDown an extra hour of TV. So SmackDown in January on the USA Network will be 3 hours as well.
Hell
So
yeah.
what do you think about well, on Netflix it's going to be 3 hours or whatever. Like we're not sure, right? Because it can be like they can cut it off whenever they want to
hmm
because it's Netflix, right? We don't know how the live shit is, but then USA is going to have 3 hours again. So what do you think about the runtime?
I'm cool with SmackDown being 3 hours because it makes me think of how SmackDown was very like bloodline heavy, you know, or like when The Rock came back and he did the opening segment. I think it was like 30 fucking minutes or something, and they only had like 3 matches on the card. So it's like, man, give them that extra hour, put more matches on there. It'll be good for everybody. I'm cool with that. And then, like how you said with Netflix as well, it's maybe that's just like the general time they're trying to put for Raw. 3
Yeah,
hours, but it's Netflix. It's like it could go a little bit longer, it could be a little bit shorter, it could be however long they want, as long as it's within that 3 hour range.
I wonder how commercials are going to be on there. If they're going to have commercials, or if it's going to be like just like their in brand sponsors.
hmm I think it'll do the in-brand sponsors. The one thing I'm hoping for is that once it goes to Netflix, if they have PLEs on Netflix, whatever, that they start showing the fucking vignettes before big matches again.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all I want, dude. Because I'm tired of seeing fucking like commercials for Community. I don't watch the fucking show. Stop showing me. I don't watch Peacock. I don't watch NBC. Leave me alone.
We do have this report here too. WWE NXT content leaving Peacock and moving to the CW app. Level Up is being discontinued.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
So not only do you have Netflix, USA, but you have NXT stuff moving to the CW app. And what is Level Up? Are you familiar with Level Up?
I don't want to say I am. I've seen clips. I know that's where I saw shit with like Odyssey Jones. But also I've seen shit with Sol Ruka. I don't know if you
Oh
know
yeah.
Sol Ruka.
Ooh, yeah. I know Soul Ruka.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know her face, but I know a particular part of her body
It's like
very,
I
very
don't
well.
her labium. Yeah.
I know her Ruka. ah, 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 ah.
You sound like a creeper from Minecraft. Um, but on a serious note, that's where like a lot of people that I see on Twitter be like, oh man, like this guy seems crazy or he seems good. Like the same thing with that Javon Evans, the one that like he flips around everywhere. He's gonna fight Randy Orton when they debut on the CW. Like he's gonna wrestle him when
Mm.
they're in St. Louis. I was like, oh, good for him. Like it's good to see like little snippets of performers, and then they get moved up to NXT. Just like a tier list.
Well, I mean, I'm cool with them being a little bit everywhere and anywhere, like I've said before, the CW app, I only used it to watch like The Flash whenever
Hmm.
I didn't have like Hulu and shit like that. But I don't know. I've just never been into NXT. I know you've been the bigger fan of NXT, but I don't really take the time to watch like the weekly shows, just the highlights everywhere else. So I don't know. Hopefully this
Um.
brings more eyes on the all the products, in all the different areas.
Excuse me. Do you have to pay for the CW app?
No, it was free.
It's free. That's
Hmm.
cool.
Yeah,
Heck
it's pretty
yeah.
cool. Hmm.
I know, definitely.
Moving on to some pretty big news here. The Lucha Brothers have signed a multi-year deal with WWE and are headed to the main roster via at Corey Hayes 407 at PWN reports.
So I don't know if it's true or not, but supposedly it's like misreports.
Really? What?
Supposedly,
They're misreporting wrestling?
dude. I know. Hold on, let's take a time to like recollect ourselves, okay? um, yeah, because I had like something that I was talking about the Lucha Bros because supposedly they haven't officially been released from the company, or they haven't left because some people were talking about how their contracts are still going until September.
Hmm.
So this tweet that I have here, it's from Drainmaker on Twitter at Drain Bamager. As a PW insider, while Lucha Bros have not been at AEW as of late, they have been in communications with the promotion and are available to wrestle if needed. Penta and Phoenix are also still under contract to AEW, so there's no way they could have legally signed with WWE. And people are upset. It's like, dude, so they still been there this whole time? Like they've been ready to wrestle this whole time? Like why haven't they been utilized?
Hmm. Hmm.
It's like fuck, dude. When AEW first started, that's all I would hear about is the Lucha Bros, man. Like, don't give look at them. Like they got a fucking they
Oh
have
yeah.
this aura around them. They're fucking badass. Even Penta by himself, like he's good. I mean, no shot at Phoenix, but it's like, man, but those masks is like that get up. You never seen it like that before.
Yeah. No, it's a vibe that's really like back from, I don't know, even the WCW days, but luchadors, these are like big luchador, like these are big dudes and they're doing luchador shit, but look at them,
Hmm.
they're big dudes. They're not like, you Billy Kidman, Rey Mysterio back then, little skinny kid looking bodies, like gymnast
Yeah,
bodies.
yeah. So, yeah, like a lot of other tweets I'm seeing again from Wrestle Ops like 22 hours ago. They're still under contract with the AEW, so there's no way they could have legally signed with WWE. The expectation is that when the deals expire, they are WWE bound, but as of right now, legally, they cannot have signed anywhere else via PW Insider. So, it's I mean, when they do sign, it's gonna be
Yeah.
fucking big. Uh, man, it's gonna be crazy to see them go because I think that's one of the bigger names to be like to leave AEW besides Cody, right? And Jade Cargill.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone. I mean, who was he's the champion NXT? What was
Oh,
it,
Ethan
Ethan
Page.
Page?
Yeah,
That was kind of a big deal, right? Wasn't that?
yeah, yeah. It was kind. Well, actually, no. I did as much shit as Ethan Page gets. I do want to say it's a big deal because I am very surprised he got the NXT championship for the short amount of time that he has been here.
Mhm.
I don't even think he's been here for like a whole year.
No, that's the only one I could think of too is Ethan Page, but I remember him being like in AEW, I kept always hearing his name, Ethan Page, Ethan Page,
Mhm.
Ethan Page, and then like now he's not in AEW. You know what I mean? Even I still hear his name, and I think he's in AEW. You know?
And I think who also left recently? QT Marshall. Like I know QT Marshall just left recently, but I think I might be wrong. I think he's just like going for like the coaching aspect in WWE. I want to say he did get signed with WWE, but just for the coaching.
Hmm.
I might be wrong on that. Don't quote me.
Already quoted. No, but yeah, no. This will be cool to see them if they do end up in WWE. I mean, I don't know. That's cool. I hope they don't get lost in the sauce, but we'll see.
Oh no, I like. I feel like I'm getting high expectations of myself, but I don't think they're gonna get lost in the sauce, man. I feel like they're gonna be doing something. They're gonna be doing some crazy shit with the bloodline. Like if they're gonna have with the Usos, like New Day, fucking DIY, they're gonna put on some badass matches. I definitely know. And it's like you don't have to do like death matches or crazy spots anyway. So,
No,
but
fuck
like
no.
the one thing that upsets me that AEW did not do is make masks. It's like
Oh, to
like
sell?
yes, it's like because I feel like that's just an easy fucking thing to sell, man. I mean, Rey Mysterio does it, and it's like
Hmm.
he's probably a fucking billionaire by now, man. Like what a cultural icon, and I feel like the Lucha Bros like might be able to get like that same treatment, not as like being cultural icons, but it's like they can make a lot of fucking money like with selling their masks, man. And it's like they're so unique because it has like the open flap at the bottom, like where it just hangs down,
Hmm.
like and with the little flag at the back. It kind of reminds me of like Dragon Lee's mask, but I don't know. It's like I do want the best for them. Hopefully, it goes good. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully they end up straight into the main roster like this it says, and it's not just speculation. You know.
yeah, man. I hope so.
Speaking of contract negotiation deals with WWE, Kevin Owens has been approached regarding a new WWE contract. WWE sources tell at Fightful Select, AEW is expected to make Owens a big offer if he becomes available. What do you think? I don't know why they use this picture here of him like crying. What do you think about? I don't know. Could you see him in AEW, or do you think he's gonna stay with WWE?
I don't know. I'm honestly not too sure. What do you think?
I could see if they offer him enough money. He doesn't. I don't know, man. Like every time I see him, like in matches, he always seems like he's kind of like half-assing it, and I don't know if it's just because I don't not really into Kevin Owens,
Oh man, I
but
love Kevin Owens, man.
I don't
He's one of
know.
my favorites.
I'm just not that into him. I don't understand why he's like so high up on the card, and I mean they haven't really given him any belts or anything like that, but he's always like kind of involved in high up the card things, and I just keep wondering like why. He's kind of like he reminds me of Sami Zayn, where I get Sami Zayn the whole underdog thing, you
Hmm.
know, but Kevin Owens I just not really into personally.
Man, those are my two favorite wrestlers, man. I love them both, man. I especially love Kevin Owens, dude. I always thought he was like super athletic, one of the best. Um, I fuck, dude. I don't remember where I saw this, but they interviewed him like years ago, and like fans asked him like, "Oh, like why don't you do the package pile driver anymore? Why don't you do this or like why don't you do like these moves, that he did in like Ring of Honor or the Indies? Because some of these moves he did in the Indies are fucking dangerous."
Hmm.
And he's like, I work for a company that pays me good, and it's like, oh, you tell me I don't have to do this crazy shit anymore? Like, hell yeah, I'm not gonna do this crazy shit anymore. Like, if it's gonna be like a less toll on my body, like fuck yeah, I'm not gonna be doing like crazy shit like that.
Yeah, no, I actually don't have to like put my body on the line to these fans are used to a certain product, and
Hmm.
you're saying I don't have to. I feel the need that I don't have to because I never wanted to or whatever maybe. but I wanted to give the crowd a show, So it's
Hmm.
like, nah, I'll just fucking stick to your basic wrestling and still get over.
No, 100%, man. I feel like if he does go to AEW, like it's gonna be, I don't know, more expected of him to do crazy stuff.
Hmm.
But I feel like I don't know, how old is Kevin Owens? He has to be like under 40.
Let me see. How old is Kevin Owens? 40? Yeah.
Oh wow, he's 40. Man, he doesn't even look 40.
Nah, he
Huh?
looks pretty. I mean, he looks pretty good. He could. I say he could turn into fucking Randy Orton or AJ Styles and kind of like surprisingly get buff. But whatever. What are you gonna do?
Nah, man, I'm not talking shit, man. I'm too panzone to be doing that shit.
I could imagine him in AEW though, like especially after Ricochet went over there. Um,
Hmm.
I think he'd fit into AEW with his style, and then if they told him, oh, you're allowed to do these like huge spots, or please do these huge spots that you used to
Hmm.
do, or these reckless things, and maybe they would he'd fit right in.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And plus, I feel like even AEW is going to offer him like a big contract, but I feel like he's pretty comfortable with where he is now. But that's just me assuming.
Yeah, I don't know, we'll see. Who knows what AEW would offer him? Probably fucking Rainmaker money and shit.
Damn, bro, that'd be badass. Just go like that, fucking make it rain,
I'm so sorry,
bitch.
bitch.
oh, oh, so hot.
Speaking of AEW, Samoa Joe is set to feature in Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. The game will launch on February 28th, 2025. The source is Sega RGG Summit. Have you ever played Yakuza or any of the Yakuza games?
Sega. Sorry, I just wanted to do that.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
the only one I played was Yakuza 6. And that
Mm.
was the one they released for the PS4. I'm actually using, I mean, it sounds terrible. I'm using Yakuza 6 right now as my stand for my iPad. It's right under. But no, dude, they're fun games. I dropped it off because first off, it's nothing with the game. I'm just bad at video games where it's like I'll play it for a little bit, then I stop playing it for some fucking reason. But two, Yakuza, like the Yakuza games, there's a lot of fucking shit you could do in the Yakuza games.
Mhm.
Like, you could go on with the story. You could do a bunch of side missions. You could date. You could work out the gym. You could get in like eating contests. Go to the beach. Like literally everything. It kind of reminds me of like a GTA, but like more over the top. You know,
Mhm. Mhm.
like more like in a goofy sense, but like the story itself was like really good. I have a coworker who's like a connoisseur of Yakuza games, and I was like, man, they these games they have a very high very dedicated fan base, as
Mhm.
I've learned over the years. Like they're very critically acclaimed, and it's cool to see Samoa Joe in a game like that. I feel like he's been more used in like in the like celebrity aspect of things, right? Like in uh, other mediums of entertainment.
Yeah, yeah. He's been more of a fucking I don't know, like a public figure than just a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
I
No, dude,
mean, that's
Samoa Joe's
cool.
badass. Yeah, man, I love
Yeah,
Samoa Joe.
I've nothing against it. I've never played any of the Yakuza or Yakuza games.
Oh, you haven't?
Uh, no, never. Like,
Oh
I
man.
hear, like you said, they're critically acclaimed, but I just not my not my vibe. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not really feeling them, but that's cool to see him in there.
Mm-hmm. Man, let me tell you what these games, man. Like some of the cinematics are very like beautiful. And I remember one time I was like, you know what? I'll start Yakuza 6. So I put it in. I was like, oh yeah, I got like 2 hours to play before I go to bed. And the first opening cutscene was like an hour and a half. It's like I felt like it was an hour and a half because like you also got to do like it's like a cutscene, and then it leads into like your tutorials and like basic fighting skills, and then more cutscenes, and then shit to like how to interact with the world, more cutscenes, and then finally it lets you into the game. And I'm just like, it's 3 years from now.
I don't know. I just never. I don't even know if they were. Are they? I don't know if they're just PlayStation exclusives, or I just never got into them. But there was a reason why I just never like cared to play them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah.
Is Yakuza
I feel like they were
PS?
for a certain point. They might be on the Xbox now, but I'd never had like really the PlayStation 4 or 5.
Oh man, I have a PS5, and it's pretty great. Well, I mainly have it because like a lot of my friends they have a PS5s or PlayStation.
Hmm.
Um, According to this, a lot of the Yakuza games are only um. Oh, at the time they were only PlayStation exclusives, but now they're
Yeah.
multi-gen consoles. Yeah.
Yeah, so there was a point where like I didn't play them just because they were on the other game system,
hmm
which
Nah,
makes
they're
sense.
great games. Hell yeah, I fucking love the Yakuza games. I should pick it back. I say that with every fucking game. I don't know if I'm gonna pick it back up.
I'll stick with Mass Effect right now.
Hell yeah, I
Hell
respect
yeah.
that. I'm playing Space Marines 2 for the Warhammer game.
Hmm. That sounds like a long game.
No, it's kind of short. It's
Really?
Richard beat it, but it had like the story mode is like 8 hours.
Oh, it's not. That's not bad.
Yeah, it has a bunch of like multiplayer stuff too, but I haven't really fucked around with it.
Hmm. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Speaking of not bad, well, no, I don't know. I'm just moving on here. Via Wrestle Votes, John Cena has given WWE a wish list of sorts of who he wants to work with during the farewell tour in 2025. I thought if I clicked on this, it would give me a list. There's really no. I don't think he. There's no published list. Is there a published list?
Nah, I don't think there's a published list.
Yeah.
I think it's just assumptions.
Oh, okay. No. Who do you think he wants to work with for sure?
Um, he should fight Vince McMahon in court. I think that'd be pretty sick.
With the Undertaker as the judge.
Yeah, and then Janelle Grant as the underdog.
The stenographer. Just documenting everything.
Documenting everything. Yeah, it's just gonna be pictures, no cameras. Shit. Who do you think will be on this list? Because I just think of like CM Punk, maybe like Gunther. Like those are the two that come to my mind first.
Shinsuke. That's who I want to see on there.
Oh, dude, yeah, man. You know they fought each other before, and Shinsuke dropped him on the back of his neck.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That does sound familiar.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking. It was when they were pushing Shinsuke to the moon, and they had the match like who was gonna fight for the WWE Championship, and like Shinsuke does the move where he like grabs the opponent on the side and like flips him over, so it's like the opponent's supposed to land on their stomach like a moonsault. But
Hmm.
I think Cena couldn't do a moonsault, so I guess he was trying to take it like a German suplex. And then Shinsuke just dropped him on the back of his neck and he fucking folded in half.
He's like, "Oh, so sorry."
Bitch. Yeah, I just. What do you say, like 30 or 40 matches? 40, 50? I just want those 50 matches to be against Shinsuke, now that I think about it.
Yeah, no, I'd be down for that. Just have him face Shinsuke each night, every night. Do the
Ah,
same
man.
German suplex botch spot. Um,
Do you think he's going to go for a championship during this run?
I don't know. I don't know John Cena well enough to know what his like what he wants, or if he's gonna put someone over. I mean, I
hmm
feel like he has to face. I don't think he's gonna go for a belt. Well, let me take that back because he's right next to like getting the record right for how many championships.
Yeah,
like
he's
with Ric
tied
Flair.
with Richard's favorite wrestler, Ric Flair, for
Oh yeah,
16.
the one he's named after.
Uh,
I think he has to at least go for a belt then, but it's gotta not be Cody Rhodes' belt. It's gotta be who has the belt? Damian Priest.
it's Gunther.
Oh, man, he'd have to do that real early in the year then to beat Gunther to get the belt, or
Like,
I don't know.
do you think? Well, let's say, let's make up the scenario. He fights Gunther, and then he wins the belt, but then the next day he retires the belt. Like he wins it at the end of his, of like
Tour.
at the end of his tour. Yeah.
I could see that, or I could see him winning it and then losing it like the next night or something. I
Hmm.
don't know. Back in a rematch, back to Gunther.
Yeah, I kind of don't want that because I feel like that kind of like diminishes the belts a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like because it's like, oh, they're just hot potatoing like the championship. Like a lot of people complain about that and stuff. Obviously, I'm complaining about that. Um, like that's what I imagine is that if he fights Gunther, Gunther drops the belt to him, then Cena retires the belt, like relinquishes it, and then I would say just do like a King of the Ring or like a tournament of something, like dedicated to somebody like Owen Hart, dedicated to Owen Hart. Have a tournament, make another belt,
Hmm.
but that's how I feel like they should do it. But that's just me personally.
I feel like he has to fight Solo Sokoa too, just because of that like shit
Yeah.
that went down. Like I
Hmm.
feel like he's got to fight him too at some point. I don't know. That's all I can really see is maybe Gunther, Solo Sokoa, Shinsuke. It'd be pretty cool.
Do you don't think he's gonna fight CM Punk?
Oh yeah, definitely. That was one of the ones like even like maybe Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, like the ones that he
Oh,
has to like
dude,
fight. You know what I mean?
dude, he had fucking banger matches against Seth Rollins, man. Those were good times.
He has to fight them for sure. But yeah, I'm thinking what I would want is like Shinsuke and Gunther
I
and
want him. I
mhm.
want him in a tag match with R Truth.
Well, even the triple tag with R Truth and who else? The Miz.
Oh, and the Miz, yeah. Oh, like what they did last time, right?
Yeah,
Against
yeah,
Judgment
yeah.
Day. Yeah, that'd be sick, man. That was
That was great.
badass.
That was
Oh
great.
yeah, they need to do that again, man. I just want to. How about Cena and R Truth take the tag team championships? Like that'd be goofy. I'm all big cheesing about it now.
Man, and that'd be cool to see Big E come back this year.
Oh
I don't know if
man, I miss Big E so much, man.
that'd be cool to see him come back. I don't
Hell
know
yeah.
though. But yeah, if John Cena, I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't tire himself out or get hurt on his farewell tour.
I know. I hope not either, man. That's what I'm hoping doesn't happen.
We
Nah, but
have
Cena's tough.
no. Cena's. I don't know. Like I saw when we saw him wrestle. What just recently when he came back, whatever he did great. Fucking. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, he had like a bald spot on his head, but I mean, he's old, you know.
Hey, man. Me too.
He's relatable. Just
It's like, wow, just like me.
That's not AEW doesn't do stuff like that. They're not relatable.
They got no balding people. They got no bald people.
Speaking of AEW, though, we have here AEW per Andrew Zarian. I don't know. This is a wrestling news tweet. AEW pay per views are headed to Max in January and maybe sooner. AEW pay per views stream on Max beginning January 2025. What do you think about this?
About fucking time, dude. It's like they should have done that from the beginning. Fuck, man.
Well, Tony Khan kept hinting at it with all the hats he was wearing at those
I know,
interviews.
man. It was weird. He had the what was it? The WB hat. He had the Max hat. He had the hat that little kids wear with the propeller on it. He had a top hat. He had a bowler hat.
He had the hat that you could put two drinks in with the straws, and you drink.
He had the cheese heads that Packers fans wear.
No, I mean,
Um,
I hope they're still like. I hope they don't cost more on top. You know, like where you have to pay to unlock them. I hope they're just free
oh
on
man,
Max. You know, I
does
hope it's
Max
not.
do that?
I don't think so. I feel like it'd be like a microtransaction. Well, not micro because it's a huge amount, but I hope there's not like a microtransaction where you have to pay within the app to access the pay per view. Because I feel like I don't know. I feel like that's what they would do for some reason, or why they haven't done that yet. You know,
I hope it doesn't come like that, man, because I can't do $50 anymore, man.
dude.
I feel the struggle of my dad when I was younger. I was always asking to buy every pay per view because I wanted to see it, and they were almost like 40 or $50 each, man. It's ridiculous.
It's too much. No, hopefully, because I get Max free, I think with my AT&T
Oh, nice.
bill. Yeah, so hopefully they're just free. I'll watch them. I mean, even if they're fucking 8 hours long, where my Xbox fucking turns off by itself after
It over
so
he's
long.
like just croaking and shit.
Oh, so hot. Oh,
So hot. Oh, oh no! I turned off. I'm so sorry, bitch.
oh no. Oh
Oh
no.
no! Oh
Oh
no!
no. Uh, yeah, no, I think there's one last piece of news here. I guess we have here. I could just do.
Thanks.
Ken Shamrock has signed a Legends contract with WWE via Chris Van Vliet.
Oh yeah. Do you like Ken Shamrock?
Oh yeah, he's cool. He's
Oh, dude,
fucking
he's
cool.
fucking badass. I saw like a little clip of him talking in the interview with Chris Van Vliet. He's fucking jacked.
Yeah, he looks like pretty much the same, just like gray hair. Like that's it. You know.
Yeah, dude. He looks like he's been through not been through shit, but he has a lot of good like life advice to tell you.
Yeah,
And it's like
he's
I
like
would
the old man Logan or something. You know.
yeah, like Logan, dude, but I always thought Ken Shamrock was fucking badass, like ever since the '90s, man. It's like when I was a fan of the 2000s, my dad would show me videos, or like my cousins would show me videos of wrestling like in the '90s and stuff like that. And I would see Ken Shamrock. I was just like, man, this is the coolest fucking dude I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, no, I've always been a big fan of Ken Shamrock. I don't know, like I look back and like I was always a fan, and he didn't really have like any sort of gimmick. He was just like a tough dude, but
Hmm.
he was a badass. Like he always looked like he had good matches when I remember, you know.
Yeah, man. Every time I see him, I think of that fucking chair shot that Rock gives him. Oh man, that makes me wince every fucking time.
Back when The Rock had to wear like t-shirts all the time because he had like surgery
Oh,
on his like
on his chest, right?
yeah.
Dude, this shit was so weird, man.
Oh man. Well, I think that's all the news. I mean, there's a little bit more news here in the botches and all this other stuff, but it's kind of wacky news. We can get into it. Let's see.
Let's do it.
Lita says she wants to see titles eventually lose the men and women labels and be available for anyone to win via Comic Con Northern Ireland. What do you think of Lita saying the men and women labels should be dropped from the titles?
I don't know.
I I
Go
think it's
ahead.
stupid. I think it's
You think it's
stupid.
stupid?
Yeah, like why would you like this has been around for wrestling since the beginning of time, the men's and the women's, and then you even have UFC or like real legitimate sports with men's and women's titles. Why would you want the WWE to drop it? You know what I mean?
But the pronouns, man. Think of the pronouns.
They don't have anyone like that on their roster, do
Chris Jericho.
they? I said currently.
I heard you, Chris Jericho. Oh, yeah, right. um,
I'm the
I,
women's champ.
hi guys. But I don't know. I know NXT tried to do that for a little bit during the COVID era. I don't know. Well, I don't think you were watching NXT at the time. So they would call the women's championship the NXT championship. To like not put labels, I guess not to put the labels on it or anything.
Mhm.
But I mean, fans bitched about it anyway. It's like, oh, it should be separated, church and state. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know what you're talking about. You know, the pish posh they talk about.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I don't think this is a smart move to do. I mean, obviously, it's just like a weird, like, oh, I think they should, but it's like, nah. There's a reason why they haven't done that yet, or
Mm-hmm.
like you said, they tried it and people sort of like were like, nah, we don't like this. This is weird.
Has there been like a trans champion like on either WWE AEW? No, oh my god, what's their name? Nyla Rose, right? That's
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, they were the women's champion, though.
hmm
Technically.
yeah. So it's like if you still have labels on that, and it's like people
Hmm.
didn't. Well, I lied. Never mind. People did complain about that.
See, so it's just something like, don't do that. People are just gonna complain. Like,
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. You changed my mind, Lorenzo.
I don't know. I'm old fashioned, stuck in my ways.
It's all
Uh,
good, man.
Here's a clip here from Tony Khan. This was back from at the NFL draft whenever he got pile drivered by the Young Bucks.
Uh huh.
So let's take a listen here.
What's wrong with his neck?
He got a body slam on AEW, so he's playing the part.
Yeah, well, he didn't get pile drive.
What's wrong with his neck?
He got
This can't be a real dude. This can't be a real person. This can't be a fucking owner, like for $1 billion company, right? For $1 million company.
That reminded me of some like office shit where it's like he's playing the part. Yeah, well, you didn't get pile drived.
You didn't get power drives. You didn't get power drives, so. Man, he sounds like a kid. Like when you tell a kid off or something, like make fun of them, they go, "Well, yeah, shut up. Your mom's stupid." Yeah, well, you didn't get power drive. Oh my god, man!
It's just hilarious. I mean,
Oh, that's so
I
crazy.
give him some props for like playing
Yeah,
the
man.
part, but it's just like it was just funny. And then the fact that like there are other people that like go through worse in matches, like glass and thumbtacks and pizza cutters, and then
Mhm.
the next day they're fine. But he worked this neck brace for like what, a week or something, at least
And
a
then that
week.
was it, right? Uh huh.
Yeah, yeah.
This is so. Was this around the same time? He was like, "Oh, AEW's the Pepsi of wrestling, and WWE's the Harvey Weinstein of wrestling."
I
Is this the
think
same
so.
time?
Yeah, because he was wearing that neck brace, right? Saying like wacky shit.
Yeah, man. It's so. Yeah, well, you didn't get power drived.
Good old Tony Khan.
Props
Yeah,
to him, man. It's like, and that's cringy, but props to him, man. That's big
yeah.
balls.
It's just funny to
Committed
see.
to the
Like
bit.
next year we have Mick Foley having some words. Let's see.
Oh
The
no.
tweet here. Mick Foley might have just given the worst take on the McMahon situation I've ever heard. Almost like Vince is the victim. So disappointed in this guy. Let's take a listen here.
Question for you both: what was your personal relationships like with Fitz McMahon? Kind of what personal experiences can you share with us?
I genuinely liked him. I mean, my relationship was never the same with him after I left WWE and went to TNA for 3 years. But to this day, I'm still trying to find an address to write to him just to thank him, for taking a chance on me. I think all of us, are a combination of good traits and bad traits. You hope your good traits, outweigh your bad traits. And it seems perhaps that Vince got it backwards there for a little while, but I've been there when he's done good things. I've seen him do good things. I know I wanted, when I was writing books, I wanted to essentially do something like a chicken soup for the wrestling fans' souls about some of these real heartwarming moments. And he was like, "Oh, Mick, I'm afraid that would come across as self-serving." So he was someone who did the right thing for the right reasons a lot of the time. I feel really bad that someone I care about got into something that seems pretty unsavory. I'm going to hold off judgment until I see the. But I think one thing that's fortunate is whatever he did or did not do, I don't think many of us are allowing that to mess with our memories. You know what I mean? He was instrumental in creating some of those memories. So I think I'm choosing to appreciate him until I learn more about what may have gone down. Okay.
So, yeah. You think he's a Chris Benoit fan too?
Oh man, he thought Jimmy Snuka was a free man. Oh man, dude, come on, Mick. It's like I'm not gonna say anything, but until I see everything. But no, he's a great guy.
But the memories I have of him,
The memories I
are
have of him, it's like boys will be boys. What is it? He's like, oh yeah, but he has had some bad that's outweighed some of the good as of recently. I'm like, bitch, it overshadows fucking everything. Like that's a lot of bad fucking shit.
he's the reason he was like forced to retire and sell his stock and shit.
My guy, do you not know about the lawsuit he's in right now? Like, I don't know, man. That's a shit take.
I mean, but
Golly.
it's Mick Foley. I mean, it's funny, you could kind of see because Rikishi's like sitting there next to him while he's talking. You could see him kind of like wince at the ideas whenever Mick Foley said something like somewhat controversial. He was like, I don't know. Can I move a little bit more to the left here?
Rikishi's just sitting there going, they're ruining my fucking kids.
Nah.
Like,
Oh no!
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
But yeah, I mean that's just Mick Foley. I mean he's got hit in the head so many times. I don't really take anything he says.
To heart, yeah.
Yeah, I really don't.
Oh, it's so bad.
Oh well. I mean, maybe he'll have to apologize. I don't know, but again, it's Mick Foley. He's done a lot for, I don't know, the industry. He's done a lot of falling for the industry.
Yeah. It's only I know what you mean.
Let's see this next clip here. It's a duet with Mark.
It has more than one royal family. Ooh, yeah. Adrenaline in my soul, every fight out of control. Do it all to get them off their feet. Crowd is here, about to blow, waiting for me to start the show. Oh, because the lights go up, I'm home. Whoa, my mother said when I was younger, I just pretended. Take it all away, give it all away. Just take my freedom.
So yeah, that was some singing between Samantha Irving and this big black dude.
Oh, that was she actually made this TikTok?
Yeah, she made it.
Oh, she made the duet? Oh
Yeah,
man.
she made the duet.
Good for her. His voice sounded kind of nice, like reverberating.
I'm the learning tree. No, yeah, it was tagging along there with her voice. Yeah, definitely.
I know. I was just like, man. I was like, I don't know what I'm listening to. Who I'm crying more to, Samantha or the gentleman on my right?
Oh man, this guy. No, he's funny.
Time to play the game.
Yeah, time to play the game.
The game.
Yeah.
I'm not hating on the guy, man. It's funny. I just cool. I like his videos. Yeah,
he's cool. What do we got here? Oh, here's Asuka stomping on a Goomba.
Man, she can
I'm
stomp on
glad.
me, dude.
Oh, for real. No, I need a good back cracking. I'm glad she's staying busy though. Like with, I think I'd seen that some tweet that she's still like injured.
Hmm. Yeah, she said that she's still recovering from her knee, I believe.
Damn, that sucks.
I know, which is good. She needs a time off, man. She's done a lot.
Yeah, she's like 40, right? Like 42 or something.
Yeah, she has to be 42. She looks great.
Oh yeah, no, she looks fucking. I need to be stomped on.
Hmm.
But
She could stomp on my Goomba.
she can fry my shrimp rice.
She can step on my contort my balls. Oh, man.
Adrenaline in my soul. I know.
Wow.
Oh, here's let's see this picture here. This is Drew McIntyre at home watching CM Punk talk shit on TV.
Oh my fucking. Fuck out of here.
Oh my god.
Oh my fucking. Fuck out of here.
So if you're just listening,
God.
there's a TV on a table and a dude just like dropped Claymore, kicked it.
Dude, man. Have you ever gotten so mad that you destroy something?
No, I never have. And I have like felt that recently, like
Mhm.
especially been playing Mass Effect on like the hardest difficulty
Mhm.
and just keep like I'll be playing late at night and just keep dying the same level, and I'll like legit want to like break my controller. Like,
Oh man, I'm scared because I want to re-download Cuphead and I want to play it again. But I think when I get mad at a game, it's like I punch like my mattress or like something soft, you know. But
yeah.
when I live with my dad's, my brother could just hear. He's like, "Were you mad?" I was like, "What? You heard me punch the bed or what?" He goes, "No, I heard you yell from across the house." He went, "Oh, fuck you, bitch!" Like just me cussing, and it's like especially now, man. I feel like I get mad more easy. Like especially when I play games, because I'll play like Overwatch or like Fortnite or stuff like that, like the stupid fucking
Oh
battle royales. Yeah, man,
no,
I do it to myself.
I can't even do those, dude. I'll get like my ass kicked so bad to where it's not even fun. I only
Mhm.
stick to single player games now. Just
Yeah, man, I should do that too, man, where I could like actually enjoy it. I think the last single player game I played where it got me, where I was getting fucking heated, was Tears of the Kingdom, and it was the last fight you had to do against Ganon. And legit, I had to stop, and like I'm laying on the couch with my face in a pillow, and Giselle walks in. She goes, "Babe, are you okay? Did you meet Ganon yet?" I'm like, "No, dude, I'm about to pass a fucking kidney stone from how fucking mad I'm getting."
I know that feeling, but I feel like I don't know. I just like have to. I feel it, the adrenaline in my soul, and
Mhm.
I just feel it. I have to go like,
Whoa!
yeah, I have to go, like just like exhale
Legit,
all
it'll be me
rowdy.
like this. I'll put it down.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I have a friend that loves playing like competitive, like the competitive seasons of Overwatch. And keep in mind, when I jump back in, I hadn't played in like maybe like a year's time. So the first game he wanted to play was comp. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to do this, man. This is my first game. He's like, man, just have a good time with it. And it's like hard to play when I'm playing with Richard because Richard gets fucking mad at it too.
Mhm.
And then I'll stop. Like we'll lose so bad, I'll put the controller down. I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's
And
not
then
even fun.
I hear choose your character. I'm like, no, dude, I don't want to choose my character. Like without even looking up.
No, that's not even fun for me. That's just like, what do you call it? When people just like being hurt.
Misogynistic masochist.
Yeah, that's some masochist bullshit. No, fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather get stomped by Well, here, speaking of, and
The,
here's a clip. Hulk Hogan's wrong-sided leg drop. Let's check out this.
Slammed him off. Look out. Here it comes. Oh, what a
oh, what the fuck?
Him off! Look out! Here it comes!
It just looks weird.
It does look. It's like he almost sat on the guy's face.
It looks like it was mirrored. Like it was.
He's having a weird match.
Yeah. He's just
Oh
a
my
mirror
God.
Hulk Hogan.
It's all fucked up, man.
With red boots and yellow fucking
Knee pads.
knee pads instead.
And he has hair growing on top, but it's bald on the side. He has a full-on beard instead of the mustache. No, instead of the long mustache like this, is a little piece like the Charlie Chaplin.
It's like Earth 2 Hulk Hogan or the other Earth.
Earth 2 Hulk Hogan.
Hello there, fellow Negroes. No, he's just all happy.
He's like, what are you talking about? I love it. Like he's racist, but like in a nice way.
Yeah.
If that's even possible. Oh man.
Here's a tweet here from another tweet from Asuka.
Your destiny's written all over the sky. You can't hide.
What the fuck?
So if you're just listening, I think this is like the Teletubbies intro where the sun's coming up and it has Asuka's face, and then I guess it goes into her music with like an evil looking face on the sun.
Do you ever watch Teletubbies? Were you too old for that?
I was too old for that. I never have seen an episode.
Oh, that's good, man. It's a fucking fever dream, man. It really is. Like, I feel like it made me dumb. And I watched SpongeBob. Like,
oh, SpongeBob's great though.
Oh yeah, it is great, man. Especially the old episodes. But yeah, Teletubbies is fucking weird, dude. It's weird. Like Giselle, she knows the characters and stuff. I'm like, dude, I don't know how the fuck you know any of that shit. All I know is the vacuum cleaner.
It has a name? Or just a vacuum cleaner?
I don't know, man. See, now I'm gonna look this up. But I know there's one. It's like there's. Oh my god, I'm gonna sound like I'm having a stroke. But there's Tinky Winky.
Yeah, I think that one rings a bell. That's the name I've heard the most of, but I don't know. Like, I know there's 4 of them, right?
Sun Baby. That's what this one's supposed to be.
Yeah.
There's Dipsy, Tinky Winky, Poe, and Lala.
Okay, I would have never. I would have. You could have held a gun to my head, and I would have not guessed the other 3.
Oh no, yeah, dude. I only know Tinky Winky and the fucking baby.
The Sun Baby.
The Sun Baby. Oh hell, the Sun Baby. Just like another fucking heat wave across the land.
Lastly, here on the show, we have Rhea Ripley doing some gardening. And yeah, it's just her in a bikini getting dirty doing gardening. That's all this 4-second clip is, and that's really all we need.
Yeah.
I don't know what she's planting. Doesn't matter.
I can tell you what she's growing.
Oh no, but that's another show of That's All Kayfabe. I'm glad we could end that on a couple of notes like that with Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, nice notes, big notes.
The huge notes.
Huge notes.
Huge American. No, they're Australian.
Australian. They're eating the dogs. They eat the kangaroos.
The dingoes are eating the babies.
The dingoes are eating the babies.
Well, that's another episode of That's All Kayfabe. I want to thank everyone for listening, enjoying the time here. I want to thank Gabe for being here. Gabe, what do you want to say to the people?
Thank y'all for tuning in again, and thank y'all for liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting that notification bell, giving us thumbs up, 5 stars on Spotify, all that stuff. It helps out the channel.
Hell yeah. Well, we'll thanks again for listening. All the stuff Gabe said, and we'll see you all next week with more, I don't know, whatever, wrestling and other stuff. Take care.